So let's get it.
Teabag time, my friend.
Friendly hunter-killer drone deployed.
Can't handle the heat, my friend? Okay, leave it with creepy Uncle Lester.
In this video, we're going over the best methods for thrifting, step by step, exactly how to get the heat, everything from what stores to go to, when, how to prepare, and exactly where to look in the store. This way you don't have to waste hours in the thrift just to not find anything good. Or even worse, settling and dropping a bag on some clothes that you're never gonna wear. Because let's be real, that's the worst feeling ever. You be trying to force yourself to like something so hard, and then you buy it and you immediately get that post-thrift clarity. And to avoid that, we gotta go over the whole heist. So let's get it. By the way, join the Discord. Okay, everybody knows that you can't start a heist without a few setup missions. So before you even get to the thrift, there's a few preparations you gotta do to make sure that the heist is successful. To get the grails.
Oh, no, wait! What is happening?
Setup 1, the hit list. So the very first thing we need to do is figure out what stores are carrying the best heat. With that being said, there's two requirements that we have to take into account for the grail equation. Price low plus heat high equals thrift grail. We want to make a hit list of stores that have a sexy low price with a sexy high amount of heat. Now this might make some people mad, but I just gotta say it. If you're still going to Plato's Closet, like Buffalo Exchange type of thrift stores, that is not thrifting. Let me explain with the three types of thrift stores. First, you got your basics, the Goodwill, the Salvation Army types. These aren't bad, but I'd say 90% of the time I walk out of there with nothing.
Because every single thing in it is mid!
Also, I probably would put Plato's Closet and the Buffalo Exchange type of stores in this category, but those are honestly probably worse because they're even more expensive, but they're just as mid. Then second, you got the secondhand stores in the trendy neighborhoods. We all know those secondhand vintage stores that look like this. They say secondhand, but they got a security guard. Then you walk in, there's designer wallets encased in glass. You got the they-thems working behind the counter, and for some reason it's considered a thrift store, but they got Balenciaga on the racks. I'm sorry, these are not thrift stores, bro. Sure, they got some heat, but they're definitely not affordable. If the store has their aisles named like Skater, Y2K, 90s, that shit is not a thrift store.
Got him. We fucking got him.
So since those thrifts are ass, the solution is to go to the third type of thrift store. These are the hidden gems of thrift stores, the ones that are low-key, kind of sketchy, and you walk in and it smells musty. Now every city is gonna have different stores. Ones I like, Beacon House, Savers. I know they're not at that sketchy, musty level. When I say sketchy and musty though, I'm mostly referring to my #1 draft personal thrift store pick, Quality Thrift. Now obviously this is very location based. Depending on where you live, the mustiness and sketchiness might vary. But the point I'm trying to make here is that the higher the sketchiness and mustiness is, the better the thrift is gonna be. As for your specific area, I wouldn't really recommend looking on Google. I mean, you can to find the directions, but to personally find the stores, as much as I hate to say it, TikTok isn't that bad. But one of the better ways too is just asking someone that looks like they thrift. They may gatekeep their #1 spots, but it's so better than going to Plato's Closet and getting scammed for the 100th time. Setup 2, time. Now let's talk about when to actually go. The unfortunate thing is, even the most low-key, underground places are still ran through because of TikTok. So to counter this, we have to go at the right times. Because the last thing you want is to drive an hour away, walk in and see every diamond and above ranked player thrifting final boss in there. So to avoid this skill-based matchmaking, try to go on the weekdays. This is so OP because 1, you got so much less competition on weekdays, and 2, you got the spawn camping method.
Holy shit.
Now the spawn camping method is a high skill level play where you spawn camp the new racks. Think about it, most people donate their clothes on Sunday, so all the new racks should come out on Monday and Tuesday. So the best time to spawn camp these new items are Monday and Tuesday mornings. But I know people have work and school, so not everyone can do this. But if you're really committed to putting that shit on, you'll do whatever it takes. This is what separates the casuals from the greats.
I
bitching in the guys, I'm straight to the bag. So much bitching nowadays, think we in a drag. Human Torch ain't got shit on me, I'm like pyro. Hot tour on the mic, trying to go viral.
It all comes down to how much you really want it.
You ain't really fuck with me way back then, but how about now? Cause I'm up right now.
Okay, now that we've covered when and where to go, let's talk about the last stage of the setup, the research. This is so important so that you're not mindlessly spending hours at the thrift or just getting distracted and spending all the money that you have. Before the heist, you want to make a list of all the items that you want to get. Now, I made this mistake a week ago. I told myself, yeah, I'm gonna just do a quick in and out of the thrift to get some gloves because it is getting cold. I ended up spending 30 minutes in there, no gloves acquired, but I did come out with a jacket. Now, it could be worse. $15 for this North Face jacket is an insane steal, but the point is, it's so easy to get distracted. I lost track of the mission and spent way longer in there than I wanted, so make a list.
We're on a time-sensitive mission right now. Aren't we?
I can't remember. I think I figured it out. I think I know why we're here.
Why are we here?
To have fun.
Okay. Let's never leave. Yeah. Let's stay here.
And if you don't know what to get, go on Pinterest. There's actually so much fit inspo that you can find on there. I used to think Pinterest was fruity. To be honest, it kind of still is. I have way too many hours on Pinterest because of making these videos, but you got to embrace the fruit a little bit.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
Friendly care package inbound.
The heist. So now that we've covered the setup, let's talk about exactly what to do when you step foot into the thrift to find the grails. Most people think that you got to check out the jackets or like the shoe section first because the competition's highest there, but that's actually wrong. We want to use what I call the assist method. The very first thing you want to do is check out the racks closest to the mirrors. This is because people usually grab the stuff that they think is going to be good, then try it on in front of the mirror. But let's say it doesn't fit them, or for some reason they don't like it as much as they thought they would have. They're not going to walk all the way back to put it where they found it. They're going to put it on the closest rack right next to the mirror. So boom, they're literally throwing you a lob, giving you an assist on what a potential good item is.
Saves it, loops it.
This way you don't have to sift through the racks one by one, just praying that you'll come up on a banger. Okay, the second thing you want to do is look for the stuff on your list. Obviously, you want to take your time and not rush, but let's say you need some more t-shirts. One of the key things to look for to know that something is good quality is the material. You want to avoid 100% polyester and like those cheap knits that just make your skin itchy and give you a rash. Instead, look for 100% cotton, silk, knitted cashmere, and leather. Another thing that most people don't think about are the tags. Always check the tags. That's a really sleeper build way to know if something is good quality or rare. But I'm not a nerd, so I don't really know anything about tags. So take
Here are the best ones. For Levi's, if you see these shiny floppy tags, they are doo-doo fart. The more paper looking ones by the buttocks area are older with better material. You're welcome. If you see this tag, go ahead and hit the nay-nay. Everybody's tag. This one is my favorite, my goatiest. These made in USA ones are from the 90s, but if you ever see the gold one, it's from the 70s, so it's older. The Hanes beefy tags make me very wettiest. Some nice faded black shirts with these tags are hard to come across, so good luck.
Okay, now for the third strategy, once you're in the thrift, people are not gonna like this one. Don't be afraid to look for stuff in the women's section. You know how that cropped look is trendy, right? Sometimes you will find some decent jackets in the women's section that give you that cropped look because they're shorter on you. I will say though, sometimes it does feel weird being in the women's section. Like I feel like people are judging me, but then you just got to think like, they're probably thinking, oh, that guy's such a cool guy. He's shopping for his sister. He's shopping for his girlfriend. He's not looking to buy this woman's clothes, right? Right.
Dude, I'm about to rip this shirt.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I can't even get my arms down.
Thinking like that makes it not as bad. But if you're really committed to getting those grails, you got to be willing to doing what the rest of the competition is. This way you don't have to walk out the store empty-handed or with some overpriced mid that you're just gonna regret buying. Try these methods out and you'll definitely get the best thrifting grails. So that's the thrifting, guys. And if you want to see my secret methods for getting trendy clothes for cheap, click the here. Bye.